Well, I think Something Rotten is it's fun for me because I get to explore all those different kinds of style of dance. And it also has all these little snippets of sampling from other musicals, which of course have all these other different styles of within the musical theater genre, all these other different styles of dance. So I think I just took it one day, one song at a time, honestly. Didn't try to do too much, but also there's some threads throughout the show. The style is very distinct. It's, my upbringing in musical theater and things that I've learned in traditional Broadway tap, traditional Broadway jazz, and try to also give nods to all the wonderful choreographers in musical theater and musical theater history. There's a little bit of Bob Fosse in there. So yes, so just trying to give homage to those wonderful Broadway choreographers that have made Broadway history so magnificent for us in our American culture. Tap is really fun for me because I'm not a studio dancer at all. Everything that I learned in dance has come from my experience in musical theater. So I approach teaching tap just like I would any lesson in my regular life, in my daytime job as a teacher. And I just break it down to the very basics, and tap can be really intimidating for a lot of people because, it can go fast. And so they think that they can't figure out where all these sounds are coming from. And so we pretty much just kind of like the first couple of sessions that we had, we just made sure that everybody understood the basics. So we broke it down really simply and just went, so here's the thing with tap. Tap is just combinations of all those basic movements in different forms and in different ways, and then you start to play with the rhythms and you start to play with, the placement of the leg on that shuffle or the placement of the hip or whatever however the choreographer wants it to look. Something Rotten is just such a fun, cheeky show, and you will giggle, you will laugh out loud. It makes you think about things. And I think the story of Nigel and Nick is really important. I think at the heart of any musical theater piece, we can go really deep with any of these stories, right? And I think Nick and Nigel are really searching for who they are in this world and trying to figure out where their place is. I think it's just a human story, which is great. And which is what Shakespeare is, right? Shakespeare he's just showing us these human stories throughout all of his plays. And I think Something Rotten really kind of brings that into a really fun and entertaining fold. But at the heart of it, it's just a human story. It's a small cast, and so they're all just doing such a great job of playing all these different parts. And, we have even, some of the leads going into ensemble numbers. And so it's a really cool way to do the show that is normally done with a very large cast. We're doing it with a very small cast, and it's a lot of fun to see.